but their setups after that are not great. And with the way that Boston Breach have that sling on the back pocket, they're also fourth in breaks on this map. They should be able to find a couple easy ones. But here we go into the map number 4. Ultra starting off on the better side, so they will get some early time off of P1. The Boston Breach, they're finding a couple kills. They already find themselves into art as Krep is trying to flip those spawns.
Yeah, Krep just comes through with a quick double. Trying to make his staple, as we said, just his second series as a professional on LAN. And I don't know, Jay, it just makes you wonder, right? This event obviously has more of a challenger feel. The stage, right, is not as big, so you have the chance to actually let the opposing team know about you. I know Krip has had plenty of duels. He's had an interesting time last year, faced off against Clayster. Maybe more in his element, as we'll see what he can do coming into this map. A big gunfight victory for him, as now that's going to be another one. 3-0 to start things off. He's trying to lead the brigade for Breach to the backside of the spawns. While he drops, it at least opens up a lane now for Big Wake.
Oh, and that's a big time for him to stay alive as long as he did, because once Krep's able to find that kill, Awakening comes on spawn and actually spawns right on stage. So a free rotation goes in favor of the Boston Breach. Krep with the easy read, knowing that a player has to be on the flank, cuts that guy down, and would look like to be Toronto Ultra in full control of the map. They just were not aware of the positioning of Krep. 5-1, all ready to start off this hard point as Boston Breach are about to take the lead.
They are indeed. 30 very valuable points still to fight for over at the stage. But Krip
ran out of bullets.
He's got the blade out, trying to do some work. And really the only reason why Toronto are able to break is strictly because of the fact that Krip basically has no ammo, but a very timely break at that, Jay. 15 huge points that Toronto are going to be able to walk away with, while also having the early advantage over at the fountain. Massive fight as Awaken actually falls due to a team kill. Nero trying to lead the way from the front. It's the SMGs now for Boston that have made their way through the doorway. Krep ends up falling, and Toronto, huge plays toward the ending moments of the last hard point and into the early stages here of Fountain.
Yeah, that's just great teamwork right there to Ultra. To fight that P2 all the way until it got to about 25 seconds. They get that junk time. They send 2 players off the rotation, and so far they have gotten a flawless hold until Awakening is able to win that gunfight onto Scrap. Look at the spawns for Boston. They get the close ones, 2 double doors, all 4 dead in the feed. Ultra try to have the coldest cross to not allow him to get on the point, but what looked like to be a money setup for the Toronto Ultra. Boston Breach instantly find the break, and now it's leading to some much needed time.
This is just absolute chaos right now.
Man.
Chaos, mayhem here on Fortress. And the reason why we were highlighting, obviously, that last hard point so much is just given how valuable the time at Fountain is. It was great work from Toronto early, Boston break late, and that is the reason why we've got a 20-point game. It is Boston who are going to be able to break out of their base. At least it looks good for them to do so. Scrap, one player that is holding the cross, trying to make his teammates' lives that much more easy. And with Krep out of the picture, thank God for Ultra, you have a chance to wipe that sweat off your brow and hopefully establish a decent advantage here.
Oh, but Krep actually gets a nice little spawn over towards P1, so he finds that first kill, beams with the pitch onto top stage, finds a second. Krep wins a huge one-on-one versus Kleenex as well, which eventually leads to a clean 4 dead. Boston Breach finding another break on Toronto. So now with only 25 seconds in towards the Cannon Hill, you might want to be the aggressors in this situation. If you are Ultra, you know how much this time is necessary, but it's also all about this side of the map. You want to try to trap them in towards the back of the Blacksmith Hill. As we get now over towards the P5, Toronto find a couple kills, but it's going to be Boston. Early setup towards Anvil.
It's just so funny, dude. The pace that Krip is playing
so fast, man.
I'm literally calling out, Jay, that, okay, Toronto, a moment to rest. You've got Krip off the map. By the time I even finished the sentence, a few words, he was instantly finding a few more kills in Toronto's base. I know he gets a great spawn, but regardless, the man is just moving like something else. Toronto able to put a few away, and as you said, trying to solidify that spawn trap. Currently, they do have great time going their way at the Blacksmith, and for Breach, they're thinking more about the long game. It's by no means just rush this through the front. Let's maybe try to invest more for future P2 spawns. Let's wrap on back and see what we can find. Fortunate for them, a few players end up falling in the meantime. So Beans, now the sole man alive, thankfully spawns flip for them, but a lot of time has gone the way of Ultra. A solid lead established.
Yeah, that was a great hold right there from Ultra to trap them in towards the back of the statue side. But with Beans his way up through close arch. He's able to flip those spawns. So now Boston Breach on the preferred side going into the P1. They find a couple clutch kills, and now all of Ultra coming off spawn. Into the second half of the rotations we go. Boston are going to be fully set up. Ultra currently find themselves up by 60 points. Don't know if they're going to try to contest towards the P1 side. They're thinking about flipping those spawns as Hixie at least finds that kill on Sonero. Now it's time to get super mixy and towards the R.
As we said, such a massive, massive map for Boston Breach. Cannot afford to go out of this tournament in top 12. I mean, obviously both teams can't afford to have it. Trying to fight with everything that they've got, at least send this to a game 5. But boy, did they need this hard point. Boy, did they need this rotation. And right now, it looks like they've got it. That is a lovely 3 down. And you can see the arrows from Boston quickly realizing the trap that they very well might have set for Toronto. But one player has managed to sneak through, that being Hixie. What can he accomplish as we now prepare for next?
Oh, now it's over towards the P2 hard point. Toronto Ultra find the break at the right time, and now you see 2 players from Boston Breach swanning all the way across the map, so it's on narrow. He's able to clutch up and find a big 2-piece, but now he's the only player from his teammates on this side of the map. They are getting a close spawn towards the P1 street, but Ultra, they had no problem holding down this hill from the front end. And this is where the game can turn on its head. You have to find a break quickly, because if you allow Toronto to get a lot of time off of this P2, they will run that rotation over towards P3. And there's no way in hell they allow that setup to get broken easily again.
Without question, in 30 seconds, and if you're Ultra, it's like, okay, cool, that's fine, right? We can absolutely just rely on this rotation. Actually, they get one player in the back. One player in the back is in.
Oh, no.
Oh, my word, they win it. They're able to win it, so the 20 seconds will belong to them, and now it's a race toward Fountain, a hard point that will absolutely change the landscape of this map and series. We have to step aside and see how the comms are sounding. A listening here with Ultra.
Yes. Yeah, be on truck. Be on truck. Be on truck. You on really weak. Bring it. Nice.
He might spawn out. He's gonna. We should gate.
Okay, I'm down.
I'm in top green with you, bro. Let's go. I'm flying. We can time. No time. I didn't want to fly.
Green.
Nice. One more. Top green. Top green. And then one time.
Stay alive, Jamie. Stay alive. Just hold on. Time. Weak. Gate.
Yeah, and one.
Low gate on him.
Yeah, one front. Two front. He's hitting low green now.
Okay, now.
Okay. Trap him in as well. This one's stable.
One was low green. Okay. Oh, hey.
Oh, hey, in front of me. That nice.
He's low front. Nade the fuck out front.
Yeah, stun first.
Nothing up, P1. Full swarm ring.
Yeah, he's telling me time. One shot at a time. One close right. One's close right. Too much shit.
Really on time. Someone low ring. Hold as well. Yeah. I'm gonna P1 push up. I'm getting green. Go push up front, boys. I'm in green.
One
P1 push up. He's pushed up front on me.
Front.
Jump my low green.
Thing was right.
I can pull the gate to go low green.
Yeah, stable dead.
Nice.
I'm on P2 here. I'm holding top up.
Green dead.
Should be good here.
Make sure someone blocks single. Listen. I'm back up there. Alright, top green wake. I'm backing up to P1.
Yeah, I'm in hill. Oh, he's P2 now. P2. Already staged him. Two big arch.
I spawned you right. I can hold you single.
Two big arch.
I got back
Stage,
over
close to me.
Okay, I've already singled up.
Close left scrap.
He could do hops.
How much
He could do hops.
Yeah, it's gonna hit your side door then. Might hit back door step.
P1. I'm pillars.
Spawned out by the way.
P1 and pillars.
Scrap.
Pillars went single. There's 2 back single scraps. So you're gonna go back.
Yeah, P2 killed me.
Right, there's me 2 back single, boys. 2 back single.
Work deep. Yep. Trying to help you.
Step and fork. Chan. Climb top. I climb slash. Step and fork.
Waiting.
Back deep. Absolute on the close to the nice. One's in time. One's top
up one time.
Top up weak. You're left over when you jump in.
Yep.
Pillars dead. One time. Charge over.
Nice score. Side door has to be.
P2. Look at your P2. Back door. One shot. Side of it. I'm watch your spot.
Lightning down. One shot.
Watch your back.
Close side. Stun. Close left.
I need my pillars.
15. I spawned in. They're gonna be ringing me.
Let me flanking you single.
Single. Dead.
Yo,
I'm in new. I'm like stable.
Near on Ben.
Yeah, yo, already. Back door right now. Shit spawned right now.
I drop bullet, Ben. Absolute on hold. Nice, good shit.
Yeah, I'm holding my big.
And I expect nothing less than the Toronto boys to give me the nice, cool, calm, collected comms. I was ready to take a nap, but I remembered that we're still in such an intense hard point. Boston Breach able to get some good time off of the P3, keep the P4 scrappy, now only find themselves down by 27 points. They do have the preferred side towards Anvil. You cannot allow Toronto Ultra to get on this time, but Insight just applying the pressure towards the arches, might have just called it there.
Yeah, that very well could be what decides this game. Toronto can obviously win it here. Boston, what can they show us? What can they provide us with? They're gonna wipe them off the hard point. So many things to try and think about for the quick 3-for-1 trade. Insight, Jamie Craven, the sole player alive, ends up wiping away 2. Cleanex tried to be the setup man. He will drop, and so now toward P1 we go. Boston still in it, but they need to win this early team fight over it next.
Yeah, Boston, they had the preferred side, but it's all about winning these key gunfights. Toronto already find himself set up around this P1, only 14 seconds until they call game. So this is the moment where Boston Breach have to clutch up, find a couple kills, but all the kills are going in favor of Ultra. This might be it.
It looks like it might be Beans trying to go for a last-minute heroic play. Heatsy able to drop him.
That's all dead, though.
Only 3 points away. Boston able to find all of them, but Toronto flip spawns in the meantime. It is a quick 2 for 2. Players spawning everywhere right now for Ultra, but Boston doing an excellent job of taking them down in stride. Breach holding on, but just barely. Scrap, maybe the final play. Maybe the final play. It's Scrappy ends the series on his own terms. Has got some words there for the Breach. And what a game, what a hard point it was as our Major 3 champions survive. And for Boston, it has got to feel like heartbreak. Making that roster change, bringing in Crimp, trying to make sure that they could be in a great spot when it comes to the standings, and they leave Major 4 with 0 points. And now with quite a bit of anxiety as well, Jay.
Oh yeah, anxiety is through the roof now if you are Boston Breach. Ever since they make this change, 1-8 in hardpoint. Been great in both the other modes, but that's the one that is definitely sticking out for this young roster as they fall short to Toronto Ultra in a 4-game series. Every single map was close, but it just came down to a couple moments, man. A couple moments where Boston Breach just didn't take advantage of their opportunities. Happened in the search and destroy. It happened in that game 4 hardpoint as they kept the game close. But every time Toronto Ultra needed to clutch on up, find a key set of kills to close out the map, they did it. Never a panic in their voice. Never worried in their camp as Toronto Ultra start off right in this losing